Porcupines are fascinating creatures. The minute you hear that word porcupine and you can picture that animal with all those quills pointed menacingly towards an attacker, and they really have this ability to back in when provoked, and those quills get lodged into the attacker's body and can cause serious harm. And they've got like 30,000 of those quills, each of those porcupines. But what can you and I learn from porcupines? Hello and welcome to another edition of Chai with Pai, our weekly series of videos where I try and share simple lessons and stories which can help each of us become just a bit better. The story goes that it was a really difficult time in Porcupine Land. It was a severe winter and there was real danger of lots of porcupines freezing to death. So the wise old porcupines decided to call a meeting, and all the porcupines gathered then to try and discuss what they should do to try and stay alive and fight the severe winter that they were all experiencing. And something interesting happened. As they all got together in that massive conference room, they suddenly discovered that just being together, all of them crowding together, meant that there was warmth being generated. And suddenly the winter didn't seem as severe as it might have been. And that's when the wise porcupine suddenly figured that, hey, it's simple. For us to survive this winter, all we need to do is to hang in together, to stay together. And as they all started to stay together and feel the warmth that it was generating, something else happened. Those quills started to poke people. And very often they found that irritation levels started to climb, and people were getting very sensitive as they figured that someone very close to them, their quills were getting into their skin and hurting them, and getting angry with what was happening, getting impatient and not being able to take this. Some of those porcupines decided to go away, to leave the room and go away on their own. And guess what happened next? As they went away, to feel the freedom of not having to be poked by the quills of those porcupines close to them, they went out, but the winter got them. They froze to death. I sometimes think that what happened long ago in Porcupine Land happens in our lives too. We forget that one of the best ways for us to survive difficult times is to be together. One of the ways for us to overcome challenges is to recognize that we are not alone and that we have a team whose warmth we can depend on for our survival. We have a family, we have friends, we have colleagues, and really that can be the secret to surviving difficult times. And then what happens to us? We also realize that we get irritated by the pokes of those people closest to us. Those quills start to become irritating and we don't want to actually take any more of it. And that is something that we might want to consider. Very often you hear of people leaving home, of siblings fighting, of people who should have known better, of co-founders of a business splitting, of entrepreneurs going their separate ways. And why? All because they found that they couldn't take the pokes of the quills from those closest to them. Remember, when those porcupines left and went away, the winter got them. Maybe something for us to consider. Good idea to get a little more patient with the people closest to you. Never mind, typically what will happen is that if someone actually hurts you, you will find that it's really the porcupine closest to you whose quills got into your skin. That's the way of the world. But learn to take it, and you might learn to survive the severe winter which is waiting outside. Something for us to remember, a lesson from those porcupines. That's all in this week's edition of Chai with Pai. Do remember to go across to the YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. And remember to share this video if you like it. Until next time, enjoy your chai.